So I decided to do these things about astronomy, and I'm going to do an aside first for anybody who had not heard. This wasn't planned at the same time, but earlier today it was reported that Neil Armstrong passed away. I heard that and I'm like, oh. So I didn't know if anybody knew, and I just thought I'd share that, and that didn't relate to my happening to read things from the periodic table of poetry all about astronomy. Honestly, it wasn't. So I'm going to do a few pieces, fun or whatever, maybe you'll learn different things, I'm not sure. But the music that you're going to hear in the background is music from the Man of South Africa. He's going to actually, in his world tour, going to be in Chicago in October, so I figured I'll throw some background music from the Man of South Africa in here at the same time. And I guess I will say the first piece, because I said I was on the astronomy kick, will be number 80 in the periodic table, and this is called Mercury. Near my desk, I keep a poster of the planets, and I'm trying to find miniature globes of all the planets for my living room. But planets like Mercury, the closest to the sun, that globe is hard to find. Mercury's erratic orbital speed changes throughout its fast orbit, with the fitting, fast-moving name of the Roman messenger god. Mercury's astronomical symbol is a stylized version of Hermes' caduceus, and a symbol for the planet Mercury is even used to represent the elements. The planet Mercury's hostile environment is like the volatility of the liquid element, the only liquid element actually considered a mineral. People don't use mercury in thermometers now because of the toxic mercury that it can leak. Historically, they try to use mercury for mirrors. They use silver now. And ancient cultures used cosmetics with mercury that often disfigured women's faces. And you can even still find mercury, because it stays liquid, in some eyelash mascaras. Then again, someone just told me that doctors used to give mercury antibiotic eye drops to babies just after birth to prevent eye infections from gonorrhea and chlamydia bacteria. We use the element mercury in our makeup. Mercury is used in dental amalgams. Mercury has also been used in traditional Chinese medicine, and we use mercury in thermometers for body temperature and in blood pressure devices because we want to learn and we want to do anything, to use anything to our own ends, no matter how toxic. And I'm like, sorry about that. Hi. So, as I said, these are edited versions of some of these poems. I hope you like them. I'm going to go from one end of the solar system to the other. I'm now going to go to number 92 and skip on over to uranium. The sun is really an explosive thing. With hydrogen reacting, we think of hydrogen bombs and understand why the sun has been able to keep us so warm from so far away for so long. But this powerhouse at the center of our solar system can even create heavier elements, like uranium. With the element uranium named after the planet Uranus from Greek mythology for the god of the sky, with an aqua blue hue matching the sky from its methane atmosphere. It has fluctuating seasons from its 97-degree axis tilt, so this potentially dangerous planet matches the metal element's danger to us here on Earth. So yeah, it makes sense that we use the elements like uranium and hydrogen, elements the sun feeds off of, to cause so much destruction so close to home. With the US and the USSR and third world countries looking for uranium for bombs, and even with depleted uranium as military ammunition in high-density penetrators, we still look for ways to kill each other with the elements at our disposal. Wondering why our planet has suffered mass extinctions every 26 million years or so, scientists can only guess that comets cause these mass extinctions, but no one knows for sure. But some scientists theorize that if comets have long orbits, hundreds of years, then a twin star to our sun can have an orbit much more immense. And solar systems with a single sun are a rarity. So they've named this, as of yet undetected red dwarf, Nemesis. And it would be our nemesis, with an orbit so large it could periodically send comets from the Oort cloud into the inner solar system, say, every 26 million years. And it's funny to think that this Death Star theory, if it were true, our nemesis would travel so undetectably that it wouldn't even have the energy to hold those heavy elements, like uranium. But still, with just the right orbit, it could send smaller comet soldiers our way to do us in. So we'll keep pointing our telescopes to the night sky, keeping ourselves safe beyond our global borders, while we still use those same elements, like uranium, so that we can threaten each other out of existence in our own little skirmishes right here on Earth. Because I'm going through them, because they're similar to each other right next to uranium is 93 in the periodic table. Yes, that's Neptunium. When they discovered the planet Neptune, seeing that distant blue orb and naming it after the Roman god of the sea, scientists seemed to be in a mad rush when discovering elements to name a new element after the planet. Someone originally named the element germanium after the, at the time, newly discovered planet, and at 3 times, the element 93 was discovered and given the names bohemium, ausonium, and sequanium. But after all this research and all this discovery, it seems fitting that the element that got the name Neptunium is used on Earth mostly in nuclear reactions. Discovered by bombarding uranium with slow-moving neutrons, Neptunium is now used in weapons applications. So it might have something in common with the name of the gas giants. It has an enigmatic, explosive ball of energy, despite the fact that, like the planet, with its deceptively seductive blue hue, it can deep down still be so tumultuously violent. In ancient history and mythology, Neptune was the brother of Jupiter and Pluto, each presiding over heaven, earth, and the netherworld. So, I suppose Neptune ruled with a gentle hand, although Neptunium always had that iron fist. It's nice for the drinks. You know, I could say that, you know, because this element's namesake is no longer a planet, it's going to be a shorter poem, but this is the next one in the periodic table. This is number 94, and it is plutonium. Now, I know they named the element plutonium after the, at the time, newly discovered planet, but I can't help but wonder if any of those scientists who deal with plutonium now feel slighted that the planet was demoted to a planetoid. But if these scientists care about astronomy, they have to feel consoled that at least their element, plutonium, is used with the element neptunium when extracted from spent nuclear fuel rods. An added bonus, if the element's namesake was named after an icy ball at the edge of our solar system, at least now the element can hang and work with the element neptunium, which, like that element's namesake, is a bit of a gas giant itself. And the silvery white element plutonium looks not unlike an ice ball. Because, you know, even if the planet Pluto is really just an icy ball from the Kuiper belt, at least in the periodic table, plutonium can at least hang out once again with its once astronomical brother, Neptunium, and feel important again. That's okay. Alright, she's saying we're going to be short on time. We're going to skip ahead to a very short piece at the end. I'm sorry that I can't read everything to you. This last one, because other things were said, a really short piece called Neon. walked toward the entrance of a now closed dance club I used to go to every weekend. You see, I'd get the free weekly newspaper with coupons for free admission for girls before midnight. So I'd go to the Vortex, look for a shelter, and only see broken neon signs. It reminds me that neon is common in the universe, but rare on Earth. And the only way we get neon is by liquefying our air and then actually distilling the neon out. So I guess it's fitting, seeing the broken neon signs of the once popular dance clubs, knowing that all I can do now, everywhere I go, is just breathe the neon in. Thank you.